Okay, we were talking about SDLC, right? Yesterday we were talking about SDLC. Okay, SDLC, Software Development Lifecycle. Okay, so every company follow this. Okay, they have to follow. Okay, there is a procedure. If you see yesterday, the first phase is requirement and then analysis. Okay, and then design, coding, testing, and implement and maintenance. Okay, different things. I'm writing again. Okay, learn anything. If you type in Google, right, you will get different. Okay, I mean different pages. The names are little different, but the work, what is happening in the phase, it's a same. Okay, you can compare if you want to just Google it, and you can compare. So first one, requirements, and then analysis, and then design, uh, coding, coding, testing, and implement and support. Some people write implement different phase and support as a different phase. Okay, anything is fine. So implement means yesterday I mentioned. So they will install in their specific location, implement and support, implement and maintenance. Okay, different things. Implement and maintenance. Maintenance is like a support. They give support. Okay, all are same. So you learn this six phases. Okay, that is definitely more than enough. Why I'm telling now? So if you see 10, like some Google, right, they write 10 requirements. They'll say requirements, feasible requirements in analysis and a design, high level design and low level design, coding, testing. After that testing, they will add some more and implement maintenance, support. Like this, they write different phases in different this one, but don't worry about them. Okay. And if you go every phase, right, we have so much of information. I can say, if you open anything, okay, if you open anything, so there are many things inside, okay, and really we are not bothered about that. So what is happening and all, we are not bothered, okay. And this is the SDLC, so software development life cycle. This is the procedure, okay, this is the procedure. And this procedure we can follow in different methods. Okay, they call it as a model, SDLC models. Okay, SDLC models. Okay, SDLC models. So I'll write, okay, important, very important, waterfall model. Waterfall model. 1 second, I'll take this call. Hello.
Please unmute your voice.
Hey, sorry guys, some urgent call. Okay, so I'm talking about SDLC, right? Yesterday, we discussed about these 6 phases, and so these are the SDLC, and in the SDLC we have different models again. Okay, so I'm going to talk these two, waterfall model and agile model, and there are some more important models are there. Actually, there are many SDLC models. If you ask me all, even I cannot tell, but I'll write something. One model is V model, and one is prototype model, and one is a spiral model. Like this, there are many models. Okay, so I'll tell you one thing. So this is like the phases are common in every model. The phases are common. Okay, these 6 phases are common. Okay, but the execution in the phase. Okay, every phase, now what we do in the requirement, what we do in the analysis, what we do design, coding, testing. So everywhere we are doing right. So the work, the task, what we are performing is same, but the way of the task performing is different. Okay, I'll tell you simple method. Requirements, I can say for all the models, requirements is common. It's the same. So there is no change in the requirement. But coming to analysis and design, right? In the once the requirement is come, we do the analysis, right? The requirement analysis we perform. So here also, I can say analysis also kind of same everywhere. Okay. And coming to design, in the design phase, we don't design everything, entire project. Okay. If you see waterfall model, we design entire project, like from when we are starting, when we are closing, and in between what we have to do, day-to-day activity we plan in the design phase, in the waterfall model. But coming to agile model, they do like, we have, so they will take feature wise. So there are, suppose 10 features are there in the application. For example, we have an application, bank application, there are 10 features, like login feature, and withdraw, deposit, money transfer, like that. There are 10 features. They start to design one by one. First they will design one feature, and they will complete coding and testing for that, and then they will go back to design. They will do one more feature, and they will complete coding and testing, like that. Okay, same way in V model, prototype model, there are different methods. Okay, how we are following. But anyway, you need not to be tell we are following everything. And the important, very important model, and major companies are following waterfall model and agile model. In that, agile model is very popular. Wherever the agile model is not possible, right there, people are following waterfall model. If these two are not possible, they are going to V model. Okay. I never see prototype model and spiral model who are following, and I never followed. I never worked in this kind of model. I worked in first 3 models, 1, 2, 3, and V model also nobody using nowadays. We will tell we have experience in waterfall model and agile model. Okay, both are very simple. I'll explain both the models, both the SDLC models, and then we'll go to more things, right? So we know SDLC, software development life cycle. When we are developing one software, when we are making one software, we make the pages. Okay, that software we make in the phase wise. Okay, this phase requirement, and second phase design, and sorry, analysis, and then design, then coding, then testing. So phases wise, right? So this is SDLC, and in that SDLC, again, we follow different mechanism, different procedure in every phase. That procedure, okay, based on that changes, we are uh, calling different models of SDLC. So out of that, one is waterfall model and one is agile model. Okay, so I'll talk about waterfall model. So very simple. Whatever you understand yesterday, right? That is a waterfall model. I mean, first we do requirement analysis, design, coding, testing, implement. So one by one, phase by phase, the waterfall model. Okay, but understand, I'll talk more. See now, so yesterday we'll take example again. So Wipro and Canara Bank. I'm taking same example, Canara Bank. Okay, so Canara Bank, we have, for example, we have 10 features in the application. There will be a lot of features, but for our understanding purpose, I'm taking only 10 features. Okay, 10 features. Okay, the first phase is a requirement. The first phase is requirements. Okay, so you understand this yesterday, that is enough actually. So Wipro, so once the Canara Bank people approached Wipro, so they will go and get all the information, all the requirements from Canara Bank, all the requirements. So it's like they will go to Canara Bank and they will take what CEO want, what, okay, the branch managers, clerks, cashiers, and some stakeholders and some reputed customers, even watchman who is giving attendance. Like that, they will select all the categories and they take all the requirements, what they are expecting from that application. And maybe in other words, who are going to use this application, right? They will take like requirements from each and every one. So that is enough. Requirements, we have a requirement. In waterfall model also we have a requirements. So all possible requirements of the system to be developed, okay, to be developed. So whatever we want to develop, all possible requirements we will gather, okay, in this phase and documented in the requirement. Like we do proper documentation of that requirements, right? We take all the requirements and we make the proper document. So the second phase, okay, analysis. They perform analysis. Okay, yesterday I was talking about this. That much is enough. So analysis. Now Wipro has all the requirements, whatever Canara Bank want. So they have all the requirements. They keep all the requirements on the table, okay, in the Wipro, and they start working. They start analyzing the things. Analyzing. What they analyze? They analyze each and every requirement. Okay, so this is the requirement, what we can do. This is the requirement, what we can do. So this is the third requirement, what we can do, what we have to do, how we can do. So all these things, it's a discussion. Okay, so to simply say, suppose if you are constructing a house, for example. Okay, suppose you are constructing a house. First, your requirement is constructing a house, new house. And second, you do analysis. So first thing something it should be in your mind. Okay, my plot size is this big. Okay, I have to construct a 2 BHK. So how if I construct 3 BHK? So how if I keep some space here, how my kitchen is here? So like this, you make lot of planning, right? So in the mind, not in the, so this is just analyzing. You are analyzing, okay, I have this much plot and I can do all this. Same thing happens here also. But analysis, requirement and analysis, it's like a completely to tell yes or no, whether Wipro is going to do that project or not. Okay, so in the analysis, they take all the like all the requirements and they analyze everything, and here they decide yes or no, yes or no, right? Yes or no, and if yes, how much time they want. Suppose we decided to complete in 2 years, for example. So they will not tell all the details why they want 2 years, what they are going to do each and every month, and they will give some basic details. Okay. So we need 2 years, and in that we will do coding and testing. So this much time is required. This will take this much time. But they will not tell how many developers are working, how many test engineers are working, who is the manager, who is the senior manager. Okay. And what tools we are going to use. Maybe they'll give some brief information, but not each and every detail they give. Not required. Even Canara Bank also not interested. Okay. Yes or no? And they asked for 2 years. For example, assume they said we will start in January 2024. Assume they start in January 2024, right? They start in January 2024. Okay, now analysis is done. Analysis is done. So now what they are planning to do, they are doing design. Design. So if you see, if you observe, I am repeating yesterday's class. Okay, so SDLC kind of the waterfall model is same the way what I said SDLC, right? So when I talk about SDLC, in fact, I have explained you waterfall model only. Whatever I explained you yesterday, that is a waterfall model only. Okay, it's completely waterfall model, but I'll talk more with respect to dates and something. Okay, in the design phase. Okay, now they said yes, 2 years taken. In the design phase, so they will decide first thing when to start and when to complete. Okay, for them they said 2 years, that is January 2024 to so they said December 2025 we will give, for example. Okay, this is to give it to the customer, okay, in December 2025. So this is not complete in the company. So to give it to the customer in December 2025, at least these people should complete in October 2025. October 2025. Then we have a November 1 month grace period. And if any problems are there, we can take care. So all these things, there should be some grace period, right? So here starting date, they said January 2024. Maybe here also they will start at least some work in January 2024. So if you see here, they said 2 years, but here 1 year, 10 months, they mentioned, okay, they have to complete this project. Okay, design, when to start and when to complete, and how many employees has to work. This is also will be in the design. How many employees? Okay, so we are doing, so we are planning one project manager. Obviously we should have, and this is a big project. Consider this is a very big project. I have two development teams. So two development, sorry, one dev manager. Okay, one dev manager. Under a dev manager, we will take two dev leads. Okay, team leads, two dev leads, development leads. Okay, and 30 test engineers. Sorry, not test, development engineers. I'm talking about development engineers. Okay, so one project manager, one development manager. Under development manager, two dev leads. So I can say lead one and lead two. Maybe under lead one, 15 developers, under lead two, 15 developers. So why they segregated? Maybe there is some reason. This is, we are going to do two different kinds of code. For example, we are doing front end and back end, you know, right? Whatever you are seeing is a front end, but back end, some calculations, some data, everything will process, right? That is called it as a back end. So there are in the developers, right? We have a some are special in the front end development and some are specialist in the back end development. So, you know, right, in the coding, many things are there. That's why they hired different people and they given to two different leads, and everything is going to manage by development manager. Okay, so project manager. So under project manager, one development manager. Under development manager, there are two development leads, and under each lead, 15 developers. And same way, we will take one test manager. One test manager, and here they planned three test leads. Okay, lead 1, lead 2, lead 3, and under each they given 10 people, 15 people, some 10 people, something like this. Engineers, test engineers, test engineer, developers. Now you can count, okay? 15 plus 15, 30, plus 2 leads, 32, 1 dev manager, 33, okay, 1 project manager, 34, under him 1 test manager, 35, and 3 test leads, 38, and almost 35 people, 38 plus 35, almost 73. 73 employees are going to work in this project. So simply I have written simple, but they discuss for weeks. It will take a week, more than a week also. Okay, some architects, some senior managers, even this project manager will get involved. Okay, so how many employees has to work? So like this, they segregated, and 73 employees will work here. This is like in the design phase it happens. And the third one, okay, simple. I'm writing some simple things, but you will see some other things also. So third one, so they decide what tools, maybe for development, for testing, development and testing. What tools for development and testing? So what tools we use? Maybe here I'll say we are going to write code in Java, and we are going to use SQL database, and we are going to use some part of Python, and we are going to use some HTML page for UI. Okay, we are going to use some C#. So like different engineers. So we are going to use all these tools for development to write the code. Coming to testing. So first we will use manual testing, and to test this we need some applications, okay, like we need some servers, okay, to implement, to install this software, whatever they are giving, some servers and some app, okay. So initially, right, we don't have any UI, okay. So for that, until we get the UI, they use some what they call API tools are there. Suppose if you are doing some automation, Python scripting, suppose if you are doing some UI testing, we use Selenium kind of tool. Okay, suppose we are running some performance, we run some QTP kind of tools. So all these tools we decide in the testing phase. You're understanding, right? What tools we are going to use. So now if you see in the design phase, they decided when to start and when to complete, and how many employees has to work and what tools has to work. Okay. And here, okay, like coding. So first coding has to complete. So to write all this coding, they decided coding has to start in month of February 2024, and it has to complete in October 2024. Okay, because at least to testers, we have to give some time, 1 year time. Okay, to test everything, each and everything. Okay, coding. And then testing. And then testing, we will give time from November 2024 to, okay, again, they will give time June, July, August, September, something, August 2024. Okay. After that, there is a concept called acceptance testing. Okay. All these things they perform in the remaining time. Okay. Like this, they decide how many days they have to do coding, how many days they have to do testing. All these things get decided here. Okay. If you see most of the details, okay, you're understanding, right? In the designing itself, they are deciding everything. So this is the design. So here entire project will be decided. entire project will be decided. When to start, when to complete, exactly at what time, what has to happen, all the things they will decide here in the design phase, right? So this is design. And then coding, you understand, right? So I don't talk much here about coding. So they start write code and they start develop your um, code, and they start implement the application. Okay, they create the application. They write the code to create the application. Okay, very simple. It's very simple. Okay, so we don't see much, but here lot of work happens. So if you see, the major time we are taking for coding and development. Any question? Okay, so the after the coding, we will go to testing. We will go to testing. Okay, so clearly understand here. So coding, when it has to complete as per this, they started in the February 2024 and it complete in October 2024. And testing, what we are telling, it start in November 2024 and complete in August 2024, right? So actual project started on January and February. February 2024 project is started. But where the testing, actual testing is comes to the picture, that is in the November 2024. November 2024. So that means February to November, almost 8 months. Okay, testers are not doing anything. Okay, they are simply idle. They are not doing anything. So is it correct? Actually, no. Okay, see what happens between these two, February to when the coding is happening, what happens in the testing team. Okay, here very simple. If you see, we have almost 3 leads, some test manager, 3 plus 1, 4, and here some 35, 39 employees are there. Okay, 39 employees are there. You know what they'll do? They will not take all 39 employees on February 2024. So on February 2024, what they'll do, they will take one manager, test manager, and if required, 3 leads they will take, and they will take some 10 testers, senior test engineers. They will take some senior test engineers on February 2024. If you see, actually, how many we have? 39. But here only 14 are there. Remaining 25, we will take it further. Okay. So this is on February 2024. So February 2024, they take one manager, 3 leads, and 10 test engineers, and they will start some part of testing work like create test plan. So test plan, I'll talk about everything. We have a concept called Stlc. I will talk everything. Software testing life cycle. So here, test plan and test case writing. Test case writing, maybe in between define test scenarios. Define, I will talk. Each and everything I'll talk. Define test scenarios. Define test scenarios. All these things, it happens between February 2024 to August 2024. But to do this, we not required all the employees. Maybe what they'll do, from February to all simple examples I'm giving. February to July 2024, only this 13 employees works as a testing. And then in the month of August, because we have to start in the November. So, okay. So in the month of August or September, okay, they will hire another 25 employees. They will hire another 25 employees. So now it is a full team, 25, 26 employees. It's a full team. So they will give some training, whatever they are doing for last 6 months, right? They will explain to these 25 test engineers And by the time the application is ready, everybody will get ready with all the details, like what application we are going to get to test. Okay, how to test that, and what we have to do, what are the test cases available, what are the test scenarios available, what is there in the test plan. All these things they will understand, and they will make all the weapons ready when the code comes to testing team on the November 2024. Then immediately they will start working on testing. Understand, right? So like that, some people some people join in the initial stage of coding, and some people join later, but there will be some people who can help if they join later also. You know, in some teams, they will join even after November 2024. First, they'll start, this 13 people only start testing, and they will see all the pressure. Oh, a lot of work is there, we cannot cover. So then they will start hire some 20 people in November and some 10 people in December. Something like that, they will hire the test engineers to complete testing on time. Yesterday, I told you the companies spend a lot for the testing. For the testing, testing is very, very, very important. Okay, so now coding is done, testing is happening. So you understand what is happening in the phase of testing. I will talk about Stlc, as that is the next concept. I will talk in detail about what is a test plan, test scenarios, test case writing, everything. So now here, what happens till here, test case writing. So in the month of November, right? So they will start actual test case execution. Whatever they written, right, test case writing, they will execute all this test case execution, and finally acceptance testing. Okay, after all this, maybe this happens in the month of November, this in the month of August 2025. Sorry, this is 2025 actually. Okay, August 2025, this in the November 2024. So this period, they will completely executing all the test cases. They will test the application for many months, right? Acceptance testing. Once everything is accepted, the final phase, okay, implement. Okay, so we'll see what happens. Okay, so when this is completed, the acceptance testing is completed in the month of August 2025. Okay, is it correct? In the month of August 2025. And then if you see here, when they said December. Okay, December. So they said here everything is complete in should be in August 2025. Definitely it will go to somewhere September 2025. If you give August, it will go to September. If you give September, it will go to October. If you give October, it will go to next year. Okay, that happens everywhere. That's why they keep some grace period, and August or September it will complete, and they will do one testing called alpha testing. Alpha testing, understand, where it's a beautiful concept, understand. Alpha testing. So now the application is developed. Okay, testing also completed. Now what they'll do, you know, in the company, in the Wipro company, they call other other project who are working in other projects, right? That project managers, some senior managers, some development managers who are working in other projects, they will call some 5-6 people team, and they will tell them, can you please attend alpha testing, okay, in our team. Okay, it's very simple. What they do, you know, they will book one meeting room, and all 6 people, this who don't know about this application, they will come and sit, and they will actually they will explain them. But they are from Wipro only. They are some people are good at alpha testing actually. They identify that people and they call them for alpha testing. And they will give brief details, like suppose I am the test manager, for example, and we have a development manager also, he will be available, and some senior test engineers, senior developers also available in that meeting room, along with these 6 people. So I explain, so we are doing a Canara Bank project, and the project the information is this, why we are doing this project, all these things I will explain. So then they will ask, okay, can you open the application? So one of the test engineer or developer engineer, right? They will open the application. Okay, can you please enter these details? Can you please show me how this feature is working? Can you please show me how that feature is working? Can you close it? Can you open it? Can you reboot the system? Can you, why don't you, like you are entering username, right? So this is, what I'm talking is, uh, like this, they will ask questions. So we have to show by executing all that. So I'm telling you example. So now for one alpha testing manager, right? He will ask, so what is your username? So we'll say my username, it should be 8 letters. Okay, 8 letters and alphanumeric, something we'll tell. Okay, can you enter all dots, 8 dots and enter? Can you enter eight ones and enter? So like this, they will ask something, we'll have to show and execute. There should be proper, okay, nothing should fail. Then only this alpha testing, this is a part of acceptance testing, which is done in the company premises. So in this case, Wipro premises. In the Wipro company, some Wipro engineers, some Wipro managers do that alpha testing. Okay, very simple. We call some people, so they will they will ask you to run different scenarios on that application. If they satisfied, okay, all looks good for us. Okay, you can proceed with beta testing. You understand? You want me to repeat? Understand, right? Any question? Feeling bored? It's like a theory only. Okay, definitely nothing, all this all nothing required, but I want you to understand full flow of testing. That's why I'm talking so much about testing. Okay, and very important also. And then it will go to beta testing. We call it as beta testing. Okay, beta testing. So this is in the vendor, I mean client premises, that is Canara Bank premises. Okay, now everybody said, okay, in alpha testing, everybody said it's fine. Okay, you can take for beta. So now they will say in the month of October, for example, in the month of October, they will say, so we are coming for beta testing. So then they will arrange some people, some 5, 6 people. Same thing, whatever happens in the alpha testing, right? Same thing happens in the beta testing also. Same thing happens in the beta testing, but not with Wipro people. It happens with the Canara Bank people. Okay, now same people go, like I am the test manager, so I go with the product and they call, okay, you come to Bangalore, my Canara Bank office. Okay, I'll take all the code, laptops, everything, and we go to that office. Suppose we 8 people are going, for example, we 8 people went to Canara Bank. Okay, so I am the test manager, for example. Here, for example, Murali is executing. I ask him to execute whatever scenarios they ask. Okay, so what we'll do, we will connect laptop to one of our monitor in the meeting room, and they will start ask questions. Can you show me how the percentage is working? Can you enter? Uh, can you deposit money? So can you deposit 10,000? Yes, I'm entering 10,000. Can you show me how much it is showing in the balance? If you go and see, it should be 10,000. Can you add to 20,000 now? So if I add 20,000, it has to change it to 30,000 automatic. Okay. Now can you deposit 5,000? Can you add 10,000? Can you add 20,000? Okay. Can you add 1 crore? Can you add, can you take out more than whatever amount is there? Like in the account, it is showing 1 crore. Can you take out 2 crores? Okay. Okay. In that case, what is happening? What will happen? Like whenever you withdraw more than whatever you have, right, it will give a warning message, insufficient balance something. They are expecting that. If it shows insufficient balance, they are happy. Instead of that, it is looping, for example. Okay, we did not test that scenario. Okay, we have a 10,000 money. So the customer place, he asked, can you try withdraw 15,000 now? So I enter 15,000, it went to loop and one ring is keep on looping. So it's a defect. They'll say, what is this, boss? Okay, it's not working. If somebody tried, my application will get crash or what? They will ask, they will shame you actually. They will, if something not works, no, they will laugh at you there only. So it's very, so that's why they make thorough check in the company, and then they will take. Mostly nothing will happen. So sometimes if it happens, right, the company people, the client people, they laugh at us. Okay. So they will ask to do everything. Okay, they try a lot of scenarios in the same way how we did it in the alpha testing. And if they are satisfied in the beta testing, if they are satisfied, they'll say yes, then it will go to implement. I know you're feeling bored, but yes, then it will go to implement. So they will say, yes, the product looks good. Can you start implement in our systems? Okay. Now implement means now we will select some 10 people and they will start install in some of their systems. Okay. And we will give some demo how it works. Okay. Once we will install and we will give a demo to some people, and from there they will give demo to other people. Something like that happens. So this is all comes under implement and maintenance. So we will maintain for some time. Okay, from 5 years we will give a maintenance. Suppose now in alpha testing we did not see any issue. Beta testing we did not see any issue. For example, we did not see any issues. So we implemented. Now I am the customer. Okay, I am the customer. What I did now? So like different customers are there. What I did, I am depositing 1 rupee every day. There are people, right? Different mindset people, 1 rupee every day. So today I kept 1 rupee. Next day I kept 1 rupee. Next day I kept 1 rupee. Next day I kept 1 rupee. Okay. And one day I'm trying to take all the money, but because we did not test, right? One plus one plus one, we did not test. Something happened in the back end. Some problem happened. We don't know. Okay, different customers. Okay. So once the customer started using the application, we see lot of issues from the customer and client. Okay, because it is passed in the alpha testing, it is passed in the beta testing, but customer is seeing a lot of issues. The issues are, they will give issues to again Wipro. So then they have to fix all the issues and they have to update that fixes in their systems. Okay, that is called maintenance. Okay, you all know about your phones, right? In the phone we get software updates, right? We get software updates at least 3 months, 6 months once, 3 months once, like that we get software updates. You know what is there in that? In that, what is there? Like this issues only. Okay, they release the phone with one software, one Android software, and once people started using, maybe I may be using only WhatsApp and Zoom and some regular applications, but there are people, some people are using for what is that popular game is there, PUBG, and some people are downloading some different games, some people are downloading some different applications which no one knows. Some people are trying to implement application, so they write new code, they try to create a new application in the phone. Right? People are using phones like hell. Okay, with the different applications, different purpose. They are using for many things. When this widely, when they are using this much widely, definitely they will get lot of issues. Okay, so when people are using, they will get to know, okay, these people are using this, these people are using like this, these people are using like this. So this is not working, that is not working, we have to fix it. So they take all the information, they will fix the issues, and they will give a software update to everyone. So that's why we get software updates very regularly in our phones. Maybe everybody have a experience in that. That is called maintenance. Same thing happens here. Once the application is given to public, okay, once people started using, they will file lot of defects, many defects. They will file many defects to the they will file many defects to the company, right? On that application. So then Wipro has to fix it. Wipro has to give it to the so again to the Canara Bank. They have to fix all the issues and they have to give it to them. So then they will say, can you please update your systems? Okay, we get some bank maintenance messages, Usually they do Sunday night, midnights, right? We get our bank maintenance will be there. It will not work for some time. You remember? So that is this kind of maintenance only. There may be a lot of issues. So they cannot go and update whenever they want, right? So what they will do, they will take a build from Wipro. Okay, they give all the issues to Wipro. And once they fix, they give that patch code. So they will take that patch code and they will install, okay, some Sunday night or sometime. So once they install in the system, once they install in the server, so people will not see that defect from next day. Okay, this is actually the testing only happening, the development only happening, okay, behind all this. These all are regular examples what we are doing. Okay, so that is the implement and maintenance. So with this, our product is completed and we given to Canara Bank, and they charge so much from them, and they take all the money from them, right? Any question here? Okay, I'll do one thing. I'm taking so much theory, right? If I talk about Agile method, it will be too hectic. I will talk about STLC, software testing life cycle. Okay, and then the Agile model I'll talk tomorrow. Okay, I'll talk tomorrow. Agile model. It's good, right? Okay, so this is one model. We call it as a waterfall model, and I'll talk Agile model tomorrow, and I will talk advantages and disadvantages of waterfall model and Agile model tomorrow only. Now, again, I have to talk all these phases in a different way here. I'll use different terminology. First, you get familiar with the waterfall model today, and tomorrow I'll talk more about Agile model. Okay, SDLC. So now you see this. Okay, STLC, okay, software testing life cycle. Software testing life cycle. Okay, if you see here in this 7 phases, right, we are part of testing. So the STLC happens here within testing phase, within testing phase. So we'll see what happens exactly. Okay, in the testing phase, okay, again there are different phases. In the testing we have different phases. The first one as a SDLC, the first one is requirements. Okay, and the second phase is analysis. Okay, so these two are common in the SDLC and STLC. Now after this we'll create test plan. Okay, then test scenario and test case creation and test case execution and finally acceptance testing. In this we have two types of acceptance, alpha and beta testing. And beta testing. So this is all happens in the testing phase. After this it will go to implement and maintenance. Understand, right? So this happens within the testing phase because we are test engineers, we are learning testing, right? That's why I'm talking more about this phase. Okay, same way, however, I have written the phases, right? Again, in the requirement there are different concepts. Okay, there are many things involved. I'm not talking more about that. Analysis, again, same. Design, whatever I given is a only 10% information to you, what happens in the design, but how they decide dates, how they decide which language we have to use, there is a so much circus they do. Okay, I'm not talking about everything because we are not bothered about how the analysis happens. Okay, but if you know what is analysis and what happens is enough. but in depth, what exactly is happening, definitely not required to us. And same way, I mean, analysis and design. Coding, again, it's not part of us. It's a developer's job. That's why I'm not talking more. But testing, it's our part of work. That's why testing, we will talk more on the inside what happens exactly in the testing. We will talk everything, right? Okay. Okay. So I'll talk about this. So requirements for the STLC, testing life cycles. Okay, testing life cycle. The requirement we take from the design documents. We have a design phase, right? Design, design documents. We prepare some documents in the design phase of the SDLC. So in the SDLC, we have a third phase called design. There we prepare some documents like when we are starting, when we are completing, which tools we are using for development, which tools we are using for testing, and how many employees for development, how many employees for testing. All this information is there. They take that documents. Okay, that documents are the requirement for the STLC. To start STLC, we need the document. That's why we call that design documents as a requirements. Okay, the documents as a requirement to this. Now we analyze these documents. However, we did it right. We analyze, but we are not bothered about development. We are not bothered about okay, when we are starting, when we are completing entire project. I'm talking, but we look at what tools we are using for testing, when we are starting testing, when we are completing testing, what is the entry criteria, what is the exit criteria. Entry means how we are entering, okay, to the testing, how we are exit, like how we are completing. So when we can say we are completed. So all this information available in the design document, we analyze that requirements. We analyze that requirements. Understanding, right? Any question? Okay. Next, we prepare the test plan. Okay. This is very important. This is very important. And if they ask you, did you involve in the test plan creation? Okay. Did you involve in the test plan creation? You can tell if you are keeping more than 5 years experience, you can tell yes. But if it is a less than 5 years, definitely not required. Okay. Don't tell you are involving in the test plan or anything. Okay. So in the test plan, right, we discuss many things. I can say test plan is like a design in the SDLC. So here in the test plan, we mention when to start. I mean, entry criteria, and exit criteria. Maybe exit criteria. So I can say when to start, when to complete, how to start, how to complete. Okay. And again, there are already tools are there in the design document, right? We take all the hardware like any laptops, any systems, servers, anything, whatever we want, we can plan here. Hardware requirement and the software requirement, any tools, any softwares we want, any coding, any Python, any any Selenium kind of tools, any QTP tool, any performance tools. There are many tools available in the market. So we will talk about some of the tools also, but you for now, you keep many tools are available. In that, we take some suitable tools, whatever we want, we take the tools and we perform the testing. That we decide here. What are the hardware requirement? What are the software requirement? Maybe operating systems, maybe tools. Okay, which OS we are going to use. All these things we decide here in the test plan. So we have start date and end date, and we have a software requirements, and we start, okay, we start prepare, okay, like we have a documents, right? Coding is we are doing 10 features and we start prepare feature 1. Okay, when we'll start feature 2, when we'll start here, right? Everything we will mention in the test plan. So simply say all the like design in the SDLC, in the test plan, we prepare all the all the planning and we make it ready. So once the test plan is ready, then we'll go to test case creation. So here we don't have much work, but here we should do very smart work. Like if you make any mistake in the test plan, right, it will it will create unnecessary problems, new problems when we are executing. So test plan, we should do very smart work and we can complete in a week or 2 weeks time, the test plan creation. It will not take much time, but there should be a proper planning. Okay, if you have a proper plan, you can execute very properly. But if you don't have a proper plan, you will get struggle when you are executing. So test plan is very important. It won't take much time, but it is very important when you are making some planning and all. Okay, test plan. And then we go to test scenarios. We create test scenarios. Okay. So this, I have a separate class, test scenarios and test cases. So what we do exactly, we write some test cases. We write some test scenarios. Now we understand. Okay. Okay. Now we understand what we are testing. Everything we understand, right? So what we'll do in the we have all the documents with us, test plan with us. Now we start writing. Okay, we have to verify login page. We have to test scenario I'm talking. We have to verify login page. Login page. And the second one, we have to verify deposit page. Deposit page. We have to verify add pay page. Okay, and deposit page and transfer page. So like this, we have different features. So test scenarios, we decide what pages we are going to test. And in each and every page, we write different test cases. Okay, login page. Okay, now we start writing like, okay, this is the login page. Okay, enter username, proper username and password and test. Enter username and empty password and test. Enter empty username and empty password and test. Enter, okay, wrong username, proper password, correct password. Enter correct username and wrong password. Give invalid username and invalid password. So these all are test cases, whatever I'm telling, right? We try all this. Okay, I'll talk more. I have a class for this, test scenarios and test case. So we prepare some test cases, okay, to execute. You know, in this scenario, in this case, right, I can tell we have written some 1200 test cases, for example. 1200 test cases we have written to execute, okay, on the application, whatever they give. Okay, now once the application is ready, so then we start executing this 1200 test cases. But when we are executing, we found some test cases can add. So we have added another 300. So it become 1500 test cases. If all these 1500 test cases are passed, every test case worked fine, every scenario worked fine, these 1500 test cases are worked fine. So then we can say the test case execution is completed. So now we will go to acceptance testing because all test cases are completed. Acceptance testing, already I was talking. So there is a concept called alpha testing. There is a concept called beta testing. We do that, and then it will go to, implement and maintenance. So some things happened here, right? So we'll do one thing. I'll show you test plan and test cases, what I'm doing in my project. Like I'm as a lead, right? I'm doing all the requirements, everything actually. Okay, we are following requirements, we are following analysis, everything. Okay, we write test cases. Okay, how do we prepare test plan? All these things I'll explain you in with like with some live this one. But here you understand, right? This is my test plan. So in the STLC, we prepare everything. In STLC, we perform everything. So once this is all done, then we will go to maintenance, implement and maintenance. Okay, this is about STLC. Okay, simple. So these are the phases in the STLC. We have to follow all the phases in the STLC. So if this is done, then testing is completed. You understand, right? So in the SDLC, software development life cycle, we have different phases. Testing is one of the phase. In that testing, we do perform all this. Okay, we prepare. And here the test case writing and test case execution, we have different types of test cases. We have many actually. Okay, we have many. Okay, I will talk about them. Everything I'll talk. Okay, first understand what is STLC. Okay, why we are doing STLC. Important question also. Software testing life cycle. So our all testing strategy we create here. SDLC is the software testing life cycle. We have different phases like requirements, analysis, test plan creation, test scenarios and test case writing, test case execution and acceptance testing. Okay, so when I say test case execution, we have a testing like functional testing. Okay, there are functional testing, integration testing, um, like system testing, and we have a retesting, regression testing. There are many testing. We will talk about each and every testing, how they work. First, understand STLC thoroughly. Okay, any question here? Okay, so I was telling, like, you understand SDLC waterfall model. Okay, so here I was talking about SDLC, and I said there is another model, agile model. I'll give a brief introduction and I'll stop here. So in the waterfall model, first coding completed. That means entire application is completed. Then we are doing testing. But agile model, we do coding and testing in parallel. Agile testing, coding and testing in parallel. Okay. So waterfall model, first entire code will be ready, all the code application will be ready, and then we perform the testing in waterfall model. But in agile model, first we perform coding and then we do testing. So this is the difference. So I'll do one thing, I'll stop here and we will talk about agile model. Different terminology. I want you to come up with a fresh mind. Very important. Agile model is very important. So we'll do one thing. So I hope yesterday you gone through SDLC video. Okay. And today you just go through waterfall model and SDLC. Okay. Just to make a note, everything is important question. So far, important questions are what is SDLC? What is waterfall model? What is STLC? These three are important. Whatever I am talking, you make a note. I'll give you some more materials. Okay. Suppose in the yesterday's document, if you find some information is not that user friendly, you take it from other document. Okay. I have many documents and testing, but you will take it and you can take this information from the other document. Start making notes for testing. First, you create notes. I'm telling you, if you leave it for 3-4 days, you will not remember anything. I'm talking so much theory. If you see, I'm talking theory only. Okay, so much theory. So you will lose it. Okay, you no need to write each and everything, whatever I'm talking. Okay, suppose if you are doing something else, leave everything and start writing notes for testing. Okay, so now till now the questions are what is SDLC, what is waterfall model, what is STLC, and tomorrow what is agile model, and then how to write test cases, what are the different types of test cases. Like this, you have to prepare the questions. Prepare like a questions. Okay, you will have questions, and whenever I'm talking, you understand the procedure. So as per procedure, you execute everything. So that is my request. Until you complete this testing, I need another 5-6 classes. Until you complete the testing, each and everything, take it as a question and answer, write down. And whenever I'm talking, you understand the flow. I'm talking in a flow. I'm taking an example, Wipro and Canara Bank, how they are implementing. So like that. Okay. In the final, right, I will talk about the product-based company when they are developing on laptop, how it is implemented. Okay, same waterfall model, how it is implemented. Same agile model, how it will get implemented. All these things we will talk in the last. Okay, very easy. Testing is very, very easy. If you understand when I'm talking, if you write a notes in parallel, don't miss it, this advice to everyone. Write a notes and make things ready. Go through the video once or twice and make a notes and prepare yourself very well. Okay, that's all. Any questions? Okay, so tomorrow also I'll log in